Okay, Dave.
October 2nd meeting of the Council on Aging is now being called to order. We will now have the pledge of allegiance. Stand if you can. Lead us, Lynn.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Francine, please call the roll now.
Please respond by saying here or present. Commissioner Allen. Present. Commissioner Fotheringham.
Here.
Commissioner Gorbach. Here. Commissioner Grimm.
Present.
Commissioner Healy. Here. Commissioner Kopaz. Here. Commissioner Loomis.
Present.
Commissioner Norkin.
Here.
And Commissioner Shentes. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I see some new faces, which we're always glad to have, and some faces who have been here for a while. So thank you for joining us. We've got quite a cornucopia today as far as interest and ideas to bring before you. And that's what this time of the year is, the harvest time, to start planning or starting to see which the results of the years have been and to go on with that. To that end, we'll start off with public comments. A good friend of ours, Jim Sarandon, please come to the podium. It's all yours, partner.
I miss you guys. Haven't seen you in quite a while. I'm here to talk about some stuff that's going on at the Global Adult Community Center, previously known as the Global Senior Adult Center. Many of you know, but most of you don't, that the Global Center, in addition to the staff from CRPD, there is a board of commissioners that really run most of the programs. They help maintain the building. And one of the things that the commission does is there is a programs committee that's very active in looking for new things to bring to the community, new things that'll make the experience at Gobles either more entertaining, more educational, or just plain more fun. And I want to mention a couple of new concepts that we've got going. We started an idea called the Game Night, and we're doing those once a quarter. And they're just a whole bunch of fun. The first one we had was a version of the Newlywed Game called How Well Do You Know Your Partner? And it was just downright hilarious. Some of you that are in this room were there and probably can attest to how much fun that was. The one that we did most recently was a version of Password called Secret Word, also a great deal of fun. And again, the idea behind this is just that. It's just for fun. It was the events are free, and they're simply there to enrich your life. Another thing that we've got going, another continuing program, is the Living History program. And I want to mention a couple of upcoming events there that I think you'd be interested in. There's a flyer here on the side that I know you can't see this on television, but it's a two-sided flyer for two events because we are nothing if not conservationists. Anyway, the first thing that's coming up is a Living History of the Kaneo Valley on Sunday, October the 27th. Now, what this is, you have a group of reenactors that will represent some of the early pioneers in our community. They'll be in costume, they'll be looking at old diaries and photographs, and they'll recreate how we all kind of came together. So that's October 27th at the center, and this is an event that is in partnership with the Global Center and the Stagecoach Museum, who are very, very involved in history and have been a great help to us. It is a cost of $5 for this, and the last couple of these that we've held have sold out. So I would recommend that you get a hold of us at the Global Center at 805-381-2744 to get your reservations and tickets. And there's another event along the same lines, also in the Living History category, and that is Ed Lawrence's Photographic History of Kaneo Valley. Many of you may know Ed Lawrence, but I'll read you this short little verb about his program. It says, "Come enjoy a short afternoon's historic view of the Kaneo Valley. Your host, Ed Lawrence, will introduce you to the old Thousand Oaks and guide you through its remarkable development leading to today's vibrant community. All this through the lens of his camera and his incredible memory. Sunday, November 17th, 2 p.m., $5 per person. Seating is limited. The number again is 805-381-2744. And one other thing I'd like to mention along the lines of the game night thing I mentioned is that the next one, though it'll be a while before we do it, will be a real hoot. We're going to do a version of the Family Feud. So I'd suggest all of you guys start thinking about getting your teams together, family, friends, lawyer, whatever you think you might need. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And the last thing I will say here, and I'll be on my way, if you're walking through the Goebel Center and you see somebody with one of these commissioner badges on, if you have any ideas or thoughts about new programming you'd like to see, new ideas, new educational programs, put us in the corner and tell us all about it, because I'll guarantee you we'll consider it. Our mind is wide open. We're thinking outside the box. Our only commitment is to make your visit to the Goebel Center as satisfactory as possible. Thank you very much. Oh, and what's that number again, Jim? Oh, it's 805-381-2744. Thank you very much.
Our favorite thespian. Thank you, Jim. Next, we've got someone who's a young lady who's involved with us in the SAMP Transportation Committee. Jane Messier, you have the podium.
Again, which one?
The short one.
The Mighty Mite one.
Oh, you're going to get it later.
Yeah,
Hi, I am Jane Messier. I've been on the SAMP Transportation Committee for 4 years. And I'd like to just remind everybody that this is your last chance of the year to come to one of our workshops, which is an introduction in teaching people how to get around without your car around Ventura County. The name of the company to call is MMP, and the number is 881-667-7001. They do training on a one-on-one basis, but our workshops are just to get you acquainted with what they do. And I have taken their training about 4 years ago, and that's how I got interested in transportation in the first place. It's been invaluable to me to learn how to get around. I've been to Calabasas, up to the fairgrounds, over to Simi, and I can do that now quite easily, whereas in the beginning I couldn't. It is not an easy system to nail down. Anyway, the next workshop is October 23rd, and if you call and it happens to be full, which the last two of them have been full, there will be another one in February on the 19th, so it's not too early to sign up for that one. Anything I missed? Okay, that's it.
No, you're an exemplary person as far as using the transit system. I know it's really become your cross to bear, and thank you so much, Jane. Thank you. A long-term friend to the senior community, Ms. Linda Parks, please come to the podium.
Hi, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. I wanted to tell you about a coming event at Cal State University Channel Islands. This is our 4th annual Senior Summit. And this 2013 Senior Summit is going to be focusing on your health. And older adults will have an opportunity to have a 100,000-mile checkup. We have free screenings that will be available, health screenings, and then, of course, the workshops that we do. Each workshop in this Senior Summit is going to be a different body part. So we're going to have everything from your brain, your eyes, your ears, your heart, your skeleton, your skin. Each one of these workshops will deal with the different kinds of issues involved in the maturing body. For example, eyes as they mature and then the types of diseases like macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataract. So that will be the eye workshop. And each one is like that. We had a little fun with our brochure, which I'll hand out to you. We're going to print, so these are just the Xerox copies right now. But the the kind of, Denise, if you would. The theme of it is kind of looking at cars and the body shop, and checking under the hood is your screening. But for example, the brain is igniting the spark plugs, and the eyes is adjusting your headlights. The ears is turning up the volume. And the heart is keeping your battery fully charged, and the skeleton's checking the chassis, and the skin is your full body detail. But those are the different workshops that you can choose from. But you can also either choose, we'll have 3 sessions of workshops. And instead of one of the workshops, you can actually sign up for one of the screenings, or for doing the screenings. The health screenings that are available, thanks to our partners, Los Robles Hospital, Ventura County Healthcare Agency, the Camarillo Healthcare District, Kaiser Permanente, Community Memorial, and St. John's. They have all agreed to come and do health screenings. And the health screenings that are available are blood pressure, blood glucose, total cholesterol, body mass index, bone density, hearing exam, stroke risk, depression screening, diabetes, and more. So this is something you'll be able to go online unless you'd like to call and have someone register you. You can go online to register for these and pick which screening you want to do, which workshop you want to do. The morning starts off with a continental breakfast, and it's all free. We'll have some fun things going on in the morning, and then the morning sessions you'll go to, come back for the lunch and keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker is Sheila Clough, who is the owner of the Oaks at Ojai, and if you've ever seen a lady in her 70s doing one-arm push-ups while talking to you, she's quite the inspiration. And we're not just talking 5 push-ups. I mean, this lady goes. And so she has a book also called Living Your Dream. And so she's our keynote speaker, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And then we have the afternoon sessions. The afternoon sessions are reading the owner's manual. And this is actually talks about, you have a choice of 3 sessions there. One is on emergency situations. You can learn from our healthcare professionals how you deal with them. We call that emergency pullover. And time for a tune-up is one you can learn about combating the effects of chronic diseases. And the third one, I think, will be a popular one. Dr. Gonzalez, with our healthcare, who's the head of our healthcare agency, is going to be doing the nuts and bolts of healthcare. So we'll get an understanding of the Affordable Health Care Act, depending on what Congress is doing. But we won't go there. I'm really pleased to be able to put this together again, and we have many sponsors who are seeing that we can do it for free. And if the Edison or the Southern California Gas wants to sponsor, that would be wonderful. That will allow us to include more people. So my goal is to do and make it as accessible as possible. So we'll be doing some mailings to people to get the brochures out, some online invites, and I know that I will get assistance getting you those invites. But in addition to that, we're going to have free bus transportation, and we really encourage people to take the bus. We're actually going to have buses from many of the senior centers throughout the county. Here in Thousand Oaks, we have a bus that will be leaving the park and ride lot at Jan's and the 23 freeway. That's the one right across from the senior center at 7:40 a.m. on the day of the summit, which is November 2nd. And if you take the bus, you get to be registered right there on the bus. So when you get off the bus, you don't have to stand in line. You are registered. You also qualify for a free raffle prize. Opportunity drawing. We're not allowed to say raffle, I guess. You qualify for an opportunity drawing, and many of them on the bus. So we really want people to take the bus. Plus, it's a lot of fun. And then we are also asking people to bring cans of food for food share, and that will also give you a different opportunity drawing if you bring some cans for food share. So it's all a wonderful day. It's taken quite some time putting it together, but it's just having so much great cooperation among the different healthcare entities and the county healthcare agency and the board of supervisors supporting this. So hope that you will all come if you can make it and take the bus there, and I know it will be a wonderful day, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Linda, and thank you for coming down here and all the work you do for this, not only the Senior Summit, but so many things you do on behalf of our seniors. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Our last, but definitely not least, speaker will be Brenda Birdwell.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Happy to be here, get some information on some great programs to save you some money. My name is Brenda Birdwell, and I'm a senior advocate for senior concerns. My office is at the Gobel Adult Community Center. My phone number is 805-495-6250. Senior Concerns Adult Day Program is at 401 Hodenkamp, and the phone number there is 805-497-0189. All of the things that I'm going to be talking about today are on our website. That's www.seniorconcerns.org. The first thing that's happening that I want to mention is Betty Berry's ever-popular Will You Pass Your Next Driving Test seminar. That's going to be coming up this Friday, October 4th at the Gobel Adult Community Center from 1:30 to 4. It's a very popular session. It usually fills up pretty quickly. So if you're about to be taking your test, you might want to think about coming down for that one. I want to talk about something very important. Medicare open enrollment is October 15th to December 7th. Last year in Ventura County, the Ventura County HICAP office, that stands for Health Insurance Counseling Advocacy Program, they're the Medicare counselors, in less than 60 days, we helped 3,000 people last year. That's a lot of people. So we're doing everything that we can to streamline the process. There are going to be Medicare seminars all over the county. If I actually have some forms with me here today, or you can get them at the Gobel Center. The easiest way to get through the process, even if you don't take any prescriptions, is to fill out a form about the prescriptions that you take. You can bring those back to us at Gobel. We'll send them up to Ventura. They'll run the comparisons in the order that they're received, and then they will call you directly and make an appointment for you to get one-on-one counseling at the senior center closest to you. So if you follow that process, then everything is going to go really smoothly. We are here to help. Everyone will get attention. Everyone will get assisted. So the Medicare seminars that are coming up that Betty Berry's doing, she's been doing this for 20 years, and she's one of the most expert people in the county. The first one is Tuesday, October the 8th from 1:30 to 3 in Simi Valley. Wednesday, October the 9th, 1:30 to 3 at Westlake Village. Monday, October 14th, 1:30 to 3 at the Moore Park Active Adult Center. And thank goodness Betty booked these. I didn't, otherwise she'd kill me, because they're every day. And then she's going to be doing the presentation for this next month's Council on Aging meeting right here on November 6th. So she's going to be giving you everything you need to know about Medicare 2014. We have a new series that we're offering for the first time at Senior Concerns that's actually going to offer continuing education credits that we're really excited about. It's called From Argument to Agreement. It's for service providers and caregivers to help them learn how to communicate with families in difficult situations. It's a 3-series class from 5:30 to 7:30 at our Hodenkamp location, and the dates are October 8th, October 15th, and October 22nd. Our Caregiver University series is continuing Thursdays from 4 to 6:30 at our Hodenkamp office. October 10th, the topic is the 10 signs your loved one needs help. October 17th, how to have the talk with your aging parents. The Conejo Connections Resource Center, for the moment, is still alive and kicking. We are at the Oak Shopping Center by the lower level food court, Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 6, and we will be there through October. Last but not least, I'm going to hold up my little prop. We have this year's Boomer Boot Camp. Last year was the first year. This was Andrea Gallagher, president of Senior Concerns Dream Child. Last year was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, this year is going to knock your socks off. Boomer Boot Camp presents insights and edutainment. That's entertainment. That's also educational. You'll take that word away from you today. It helps you to rethink your future in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. The dates are November 6th, 13th, and 20th at 7:30, right across the hall here at the Thousand Oaks Civic Arts Plaza. The first speaker is David Baxter. He's the Senior Vice President of AgeWave, which was founded by Ken Dykewalt. Andrea Gallagher said he is one of the best speakers she's ever seen in her life. And I'm getting told that I need to stop. Okay, so the other two speakers, just real quick, are David Soley, who was the presenter for February here, How to Say It to Seniors. And then the third one is Carol Orsborn, an aging and spirituality expert who's written over 20 books on the aging process. And Mary Olson, the general manager of KCLU and Senior Concerns Board member, will MC. Again, our website is www.seniorconcerns.org. The phone number 805-495-6250.
Oh, Brenda, just wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for being on point for so many different activities for us in the community. Thank you. Well, we've hardly even started, and we're just haven't even begun to shake the cornucopia out yet. I mean, we got all kinds of goodies still for you. As the time is sort of slipping by, I am going to defer the next item, item 5. We're going to pass that by, but I do want to bring that up at the website. Just out of curiosity, how many folks have used the Thousand Oaks website here? Really? All right, well, that's good to see. Good to see. So I'm going to have to aim my voice to the television audience then. All right, moving on to item 6. Recommendation. Approve Council on Aging's annual report and Senior Adult Master Plan, SAMP, implementation strategies for submission to City Council at October 22, 2013 meeting. I ask for a motion for approval. Who said that? All right, Marty. Seconded by Nick. All right, call for any discussion at this time. I think everybody's seen the information. We've gone through it. Okay, so no discussion. All right, call for a vote, please. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Why'd you lift your hand then? Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. This is one of the more dynamic reports we've done. I mean, so many things have happened to the positive for us in this past year that we're very proud of it, very proud of it. All right, I'd like to turn the meeting over now to Lynn, Commissioner. Oh, that's right. That's your name. Yeah, Loomis, to carry on for the liaison reports. Thank you, Con.
Thank you very much. May we hear, firstly, from Martin Shentis about the Kaneo Senior and Volunteer programs. That still doesn't sound right to me.
You just got to get used to it, Lynn. I'm trying hard. So CSVP, Kaneo Senior Volunteer Program, of course, always on the lookout for new volunteers. And we need volunteers in a number of different areas. For example, we'd like to get some school volunteers, make a difference in your child's life. You only have to put in 1 to 2 hours a week. And it's in the kindergarten through the 5th grade. And you assist teachers in the classrooms, libraries, and offices. Over at the Stagecoach Inn Museum, they're looking for people who can lead tours, maybe do some garden work, work in the gift shop, participate in the school tour program. And we are looking for singers, the Forever Young Singers and the Humdinger Singers, looking for men and women who can sing. They bring entertainment to the local skilled nursing facilities several times each month. And the Meals on Wheels needs drivers to deliver meals to older adults who are unable to drive or cook for themselves. It involves 1, maybe to 1.5 hours a week, and they would like to get about a 1-year commitment from those who volunteer. And we have a program in which the people at the CSVP make things like teddy bears, blankets, sweaters, booties, and they're looking for material. They would like some cotton fabric, now at least a yard of fabric, no little pieces, please. Yarn that they can use for knitting, usually in pastel colors, And stuffing. New unopened bags of stuffing that they use to stuff to make the teddy bears. Thread they need, cotton thread, white, please. And call in if there's anything you would like to donate and you're not sure whether or not they can use it. You can call them, and they have a phone number somewhere. Let's see. It's 805-381-2742.
Thank you, sir. And at the podium, representing the Adult Center, Andrea Koval. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I just want to piggyback what Commissioner Shentes was saying. The material, definitely, it's got to be yard or more. Cotton, something that's easy to work with. Yarn, pastels, or the more up-to-date colors, and at least a full skein. In the teddy bear program, just so you know, because there wasn't a lot of description, those teddy bears go out to kids that are in a domestic dispute or, something's happened, car accidents, hospitals, things like that. A lot of the yarn, besides the things that they sell in the boutique to support the CSVP program, also will go out to other places and other seniors and other children with lap robes and things that they can keep for themselves. So all those different groups that are making those things goes right back out in the community. So definitely you can drop off those items. Sometimes we do look through them and tell you to take them elsewhere every once in a blue moon. So don't give us the super, super old stuff because it gets really difficult. So try to keep a little more up to date and bulkier things that we can use is size-wise. But anyway, to get going on October's events, kind of going to piggyback a whole bunch of things here. We've got some seminars. Is your car safe? That's going to come up on Tuesday, October 8th. And that's going to go over needed car maintenance, discuss when and why you should have things done, and why it's not always good just to top off your oil, even though your dipstick says you've got enough oil. A lot of people do that. So it's going to go over a whole bunch of different things in description. So for those of you who are now stuck doing your own car maintenance and haven't really had to do that, that might be a good thing to come to. I'm going to talk about the Medicare one-stop shops. Even though it's listed on our Gazette, come in, get the form, fill it out, and turn it in at the center. They'll get it to the high cap counselors. Then they will call back and make an appointment for the 4 dates that are listed in our newsletter. We have some great movies coming up, our Meet Me at the Movies, which are free at the center. So on October 9th, we have Identity Thief. And then on Wednesday, October 16th, we have The Heat. And they're free, but we do sell some popcorn and some soda or water. And sometimes it gets really, really packed in there. So these are newer movies, so I would definitely get your name on the list. I'll do the phone number towards the end. We've got 2 tournaments coming up, a Horseshoe Tournament, Tuesday, October 10th, and registration fee for that is $8, and it does cover a barbecue lunch. And then our also ever popular table tennis tournament, and that runs all day on Monday, October 16th. And the registration for that is $18 because you are broken up into male, female, age range, single, doubles groups. So you get little medals. There's also the coffee and the donuts and whatnot in the morning and a lunch. So it covers all the fees for that. Our UCLA Silver Speaker Series, it'll be Wednesday, October 16th, and it's talking about asthma and COPD and what the difference is and why they seem so similar and what you might think is asthma is not asthma anymore for yourself. So that'll be a really good one to come to. Again, seating gets limited on those. And then we also get to have Tori Cohen, who's a registered dietitian. She's going to be coming in Monday, October 21st for Healthy Festive Foods for Two. So get some tips on healthy festive foods designed for just 2 or maybe a few more, and share hints and tips on how to stay healthy during the upcoming holiday seasons. I know it just turned October, but in a blink we're going to be at Thanksgiving and everything else. So get a jump on that. And, of course, we've got the Transportation Ride Guide that was mentioned earlier by Jane, so that'll be October 23rd. Master Gardeners do come and do series at our center. And their next one is going to be Saturday, October 26th, and do you want a healthy garden? So the different things you can do for a healthy garden, and they always have a master gardener there. They have a website you can register on, but you can also get your name on the list at the Global Center. And Jim so nicely listed the Living History series. And I'm going to kind of pump up two other things because they come up quick. Sunday, November 3rd, is Perfect Analyst. We are going to be doing Thousand Oaks Actors Guild, a whole play. So it's all going to be funny, delightful, whimsical, little one-act things. And they're also done by local playwright Martin Chernoff. So there is a class registration for that, and it's $10. And our ever popular bus trip program that we do, every 2 years we renew and go back out for bus trip escorts. So if you think you want to escort a couple bus trips per year, lead a group, do that kind of stuff, we do have applications, and the application deadline for that is October 31st. One of our trips that still has room is the Palm Springs Follies. And if you haven't been there in a long time, or if you've never been, this would be the year to go because this is their last time. So since it was their last time, and instead of going all the way down to Palm Springs and coming back on the same day, we added it to be an overnight. So you get to stay overnight. You're going to get a continental breakfast, plus your hotel's paid for, your Follies is paid for, you're going to get to do some shopping, and of course the popular stop at Hadley's on the way back. So there's still room, and it's $257 per person, double occupancy. So once you add up everything that you're getting, it's really not that bad of a price, and all you have to do is get on a bus and get off. So last time, so come to the Global Center and sign up for that. A couple weeks here, we've got our garage sale, community garage sale. If you've never been, it is fun. There's usually between 30 to 60 garage sales all in one spot. So you can just come and shop all day. There's still spaces open if you need to get rid of some stuff. Great way to get some holiday money. It's $20 a space, $5 if you want to rent one of our tables or just bring your own. It's $20. And if you don't want to sell, it's also fun to find stuff. I've found some very unique things there. So, and the last thing, the bus trips are going on sale. Christmas is with lunch at Tam O'Shanter's, Huntington Harbor Cruise of Lights, and Christmas in Laughlin at the Riverside. So those three are always very popular. They'll go on sale October 11th, which is not this Friday, but the following Friday, starting at 9. So those are the big things coming up here. So, and our number, 381-2744. You can always go to our website, which would be www.crpd.gacc. So you can find us, call us. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Somebody asked me this the other day. Is there any pay for the leaders, or do they just get the trip free? How does that work?
Oh, if you're trip escort? Yes, you get to go on the trip free. If like on an overnight, since there is a continental breakfast, your breakfast wouldn't be included, but you do get a stipend, so you can spend a certain amount for lunch or dinner, whatever is not covered, and turn that in and be reimbursed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Okay, I hope I talked as fast as possible, and we can get on with the show.
Thanks, Andrea. Let's go to item 8, Commissioner. God, I'm having one of those days. I can't remember your name either.
Okay. All right. This portion of the meeting is where commissioners can provide information, comment, or announcements which no action by the commission will be taken. At this time, are there any commissioner comments?
Father Hammond.
Yes, the California Senior Legislature is an organization whose purpose is to advocate for seniors in legislation that works its way through the California State Legislature. And it's not just a social organization. As we speak, there are 3 bills sitting on the governor's desk waiting for his signature that were initiated by this legislature, including one that was proposed by our own local legislator, June Glassmeyer, who's in the audience with us today. And her idea for some legislation that would advocate for seniors would be to make notary publics mandated reporters of abuse. So that any time a notary public sees a senior being sort of coerced into signing something that was not in his best interest and so forth, they would report that. So we're hoping the governor will sign this momentarily. At any rate, my point is that there's an opening. If you have a an idea that this might be something that would appeal to you to come up with ideas for new legislation that would help seniors to go to Sacramento, to shop your ideas through the halls of Sacramento, and help them become a bill and work their way through the legislature, this might be an opportunity for you. At any rate, there's an opening that opened up yesterday. The nominations need to be in by October 15th and they need to be sent in to the Ventura County Area Agency on Aging. The qualifications are you must be at least 60 years of age, you must be a resident of Ventura County, and you must be able to name your 3 local representatives. And you must have 25 friends who will sign a nomination form on your behalf and so forth. So there's some nomination forms on the side table over here, and I have an additional one up front if you need it. So please stop by and get one and look it over. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick.
Oh, Dave.
Who's up now? All right, Nance?
I heard it on the news yesterday. Nick and I are both part of the Ventura County Area Agency on Aging Commission, and June is one of our members, and she's right here. So we have watched her with this thing about the Notary Public becoming a mandated reporter take this through for, a year? A year. And she's had to do a lot of work to get this done, and it really will be something to protect seniors. And June did work with some other people on it, but if you ever think to yourself, well, one person can't change anything, really not true. Here's a person who really worked hard, went to Sacramento, supported this thing, and according to KNX, the governor's going to sign it. So they've never lied to me before, so I hope that's right. Congratulations, June. Hard work.
Very good. Anybody else?
I need to amend my comments, too, that you don't have to be in the audience to apply this year, that if you are at home and so forth, you can go to vcAAA.org and get an application form there.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Karen?
Thank you. I just wanted to tag on just for a minute to what Commissioner Shentes was saying regarding volunteering at the Global Center. You know, as people age, not any of us in this room, but as other people age, it's very important for people to get out and volunteer. There's significant research indicating that people who volunteer improve their mental, emotional, and physical health. So those of you in the audience and everyone else, even if it's just a small 1 hour a week, a couple hours a month, whatever it is, there's a need and you can help fill that. Please consider volunteering by calling the volunteer office at the Global Center. Thank you.
Yeah, a wonderful reminder. And remember, volunteering is good for your body and mind. Oh, there's one more. Okay.
Yeah, just a real, I just want to reinforce the shout out for the program that's going to be given by the Live Well, Age Well that was mentioned in the Global Center, the one on the festive foods for 2. There's a lot of other things on the agenda for that, and it should be a lot of fun. So as the health liaison, I wanted to just plug that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? I've just got a brief personal one. The Conejo has lost a member of its volunteer community. Recently, Porter Ellis left us to have us without his humor and insight on the world's foibles. Porter was a longtime Meals on Wheels provider and was a candidate for Senior of the Year about 3 years ago. His ceremony will be held at the Methodist Church on Saturday, the 19th of October at 3 p.m. My best thoughts go out to his wife, Sandy, and his 2 daughters. We'll always remember his poignant message. Gotta shoot low, Sheriff. They're riding Shetlands. Adios, my friend. All right. Ain't nothing else then? Okay. Roberta?
Thank you, Dave. This afternoon, I would like to introduce to you John Brooks, who is a senior analyst for the City of Thousand Oaks and is in charge of environmental programs like solid waste, recycling, and energy. He has a master's degree from USC in public administration and a bachelor's degree in environmental planning from Humboldt State. John, would you like to introduce your panel? And thank you for putting this program together.
Thank you, Commissioners, for having us today. Is this working okay? I'll introduce the panel members in just a moment as we go through here. Put this on. This is the Home Energy Conservation Forum, and we appreciate your hosting us. I do a lot of the environmental programs for the city, and we get a lot of phone calls from folks interested in energy rebates, whether they qualify or not. Sometimes there are concerns over contractors that are calling them or knocking on their door. And so we thought it'd be a great opportunity to come together and bring our partners here, Southern California Gas Company and Southern California Edison, bring the experts in and explain what programs they have, what ones they have that anybody can apply to, and what ones may be more income eligible or folks senior eligible. As part of that, we're going to cover energy efficiency programs, rebates and incentives, customer assistance programs, and then also solar, because there's certainly a lot of talk about solar these days and rebates. You may get them, you may not, or it's going away. Is that something the contractor's just saying? So we wanted to get right down to the bottom of that, so we'll cover those items as well. Now on the panel, we have Angela Fentaman, who's a communications manager for Southern California Gas Company, where she's primarily responsible for media and employee relations, crisis communication, and serves as a spokesperson for the nation's largest natural gas distribution utility. And prior to her current role, she served as the director of the external affairs for the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, VICA, a nonprofit business advocacy organization. And she's also an instructor and regular guest lecturer on topics related to the field of communication and crisis communication, and in fact teaches here locally and be teaching tonight. So if you can't get enough of her today, join up the class at CLU and work on your public relations certificate and persuasion. She holds a master's degree in public administration from California State University Northridge and a bachelor's degree in communication from CLU, where she's an adjunct professor. To her right is Denise Campos, and Denise works for the Southern California Gas Company as well as the public affairs group as a local outreach manager. Prior to this, she was on the SoCal Advanced Meter team. You have to explain what that means. As community outreach project manager, and she's responsible for implementing local outreach strategies to help promote customer assistance programs like we're going to go over today in energy efficiency. And she has over 10 years of experience working for the community of Los Angeles as a staff member to a number of elected officials in the city council, city attorney, and the school board. So she's really experienced in working in the community, and we're very happy to have her here today. And she's a native of LA and graduated from San Diego State University with dual bachelor's degrees in Chicano Studies and Political Science. And all the way down at the end, hiding there from the other side, is Kyle Ellis, who's a senior project manager at Southern California Edison. And in this capacity, he supports the development and implementation of demand-side management. Again, another one you're probably going to have to define for us. Programs which help customers save energy, save money, and help the environment. And Kyle received his master's degree in business administration and a bachelor's degree in economics from UC Irvine. So we're going to go back and forth between the panel members and cover these topics today. And we're going to start with Kyle, so I'm going to pass this all the way down there.
Okay, thanks, John. And I guess before I get started, I want to commend John Brooks for wrangling us utility folks over the past couple of weeks to get up here to talk with you folks. Thank you for having us up here today. It's our pleasure to be here to talk with you. Southern California Edison is one of the country's largest investor-owned utilities. We are what they call a regulated monopoly, so everything we do is regulated by the state's Public Utilities Commission. Okay. At Edison, we are focused on safely delivering reliable and affordable power, and we are incredibly focused on the safe aspect of that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We are really focused on getting renewable energy to our customers. By 2020, we should have about a third of our power coming from renewable energy sources. We are a national leader in partnering with customers to save energy. Over the past 5 years, we have worked with our customers to save over 8.9 billion kilowatt hours, billion with a B. To put that into perspective, that is enough energy to power over 1 million homes for an entire year. That's enough emissions reductions to take 750,000 cars off the road for an entire year. We have a pretty extensive service territory covering about 50,000 square miles. We run to the border of San Diego County all the way up to Ventura County and then out to the border between California and Nevada. Okay. So safety first before we get into our customer programs. At Edison, safety is our focus. It's our number one priority. We want all of our employees to leave the day the same way they came in. We want our customers to be safe. If you see a down power line, please don't go touch it. Please call 911 right away. If you see somebody touching or playing with a downed power line, don't touch them. They can be a conduit for that electricity. So please just call 911 right away. And now I'll hand it over to our friends at the gas company.
Thanks, Kyle. And thank you, John. I'd like to thank John, as Kyle did, for bringing us here today, and the council for having us come and speak to you. My name's Angela Fentaman with the gas company, and SoCal Gas is the nation's largest natural gas distribution utility. We serve 21.1 million customers, and that's done through 5.8 natural gas meters. Our service territory is quite large, 20,000 square miles. Square feet would be quite small. And we've been in business for more than 140 years. So we are located in 12 counties, and that includes more than 500 communities, which includes here in Thousand Oaks. And it's fun to be here in Thousand Oaks. For me, this was the community that I first moved to when I moved to Southern California to attend school at Cal Lutheran. So it's always fun to be here in Thousand Oaks. So what I want to talk to you, safety is a top priority for us at the gas company. And before we get into energy efficiency, I would also like to talk about safety when it comes to detecting a natural gas leak. There are 3 ways that you can do that, and we want you to use all of your senses to help spot a natural gas leak when you suspect something. So look, listen, and smell are the 3 ways to help you do that. Through sight, you can see that there's a damaged line maybe attached to your appliance. You might see dirt or water blowing about because of the gas that's being released. If it's an area that tends to be regularly watered, you could see dying vegetation. If there's any sort of fire or a pipeline is now exposed because there's been an earthquake, those are some of the things that you can look for. You also want to listen for the sound of natural gas escaping, which could be a hissing, a whistling, or sometimes even a roaring, depending on the size of the line that's been damaged. And then the smell, and that's what we most commonly think about when we think about detecting a natural gas leak, but it's one of 3 ways to do it. And we add an odor to natural gas that is non-toxic to help with the detection. It's a very foul-smelling odor, so that you recognize it very quickly. And so using those 3 senses, that will help you detect a leak. And when you do that, when you think you may have a natural gas leak, you first thing is, of course, stay calm, evacuate the area, and call either us or 911. You can call the gas company at 800-427-2200. And that's actually anything you need from us, but definitely if you think you've detected a natural gas leak, please call us or 911 right away.
Well, now that we've protected your physical safety, Kyle's going to help us protect your pocketbook. So why don't you jump into that, Kyle?
Okay, thanks, John. And I guess before I get started again, I'd like to just announce somebody else, my colleague Irfan Parek over there in the audience. He does a lot of work with the city and the county of Ventura to help put the county on a path to sustainability. So he's doing some good work there. So let's talk about what Southern California Edison can do for you to help you save energy, save money on your bills, and help the environment while doing so. The company has over... Sorry. Is that better? Thank you. The company has... Okay. I'll put my rock star voice on. The company has over 100 different programs designed to help all of our customers save energy. It crosses the residential segment, commercial, industrial, agricultural, and government and institutional segments. There's a whole host of ways that you can save energy on your bills. The question you probably have is, so where do I start? Okay, so Edison designed a nifty tool on our website to help educate customers on how to go about saving energy in various parts of the home. There are 8 key areas of your house, starting with the outside, the building materials of your house, the shell. This is the insulation, the windows, the cracks, the leakages. If you go to our website, you can identify very easily how you can attack those areas that are the energy guzzlers, that are in the winter, letting your hot air out of the house, and in the summer, letting the cool air out of the house. The second area that commands a lot of energy, especially in the summertime, is the cooling, the HVAC systems, your air conditioner. In the summer, that can become upwards of 30% of your energy use. So we want to take a look at what you can do in your house to reduce your cooling loads. The next area is lighting. Lighting is a very important part of our house. We use lights for 6 to 8 hours in any given day. There are a lot of opportunities to increase the energy efficiency of your home by replacing your current lighting with energy efficient lights. Again, we can go into our kitchen, our laundry room, our dens, our family rooms to find different ways that we can replace appliances, to change our behaviors, to reduce the amount of energy that we use. So the Home Energy Guide provides you with the education. We also have a home energy advisor that takes that education and personalizes it to your own situation. What you can do is pull in your past usage, the kilowatt hours and the electricity that you have used in the past. Edison can analyze that usage and take that information and apply different rebates and offerings that you can use to take advantage of our customer programs. This is a very customized approach. You can learn how there are ways that you can save. You can compare your usage to your neighbors. You can find other ways for you to save. This tool will identify sources of savings, and it'll link you to some of the rebates and financial incentives that the company has to offer you to help you in your quest for energy savings. So I mentioned briefly about the financial incentives that Southern California Edison will provide to you. We have rebates for the purchase and installation of Energy Star qualified products. Energy Star is a certification label run by the U.S. Department of Energy and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency that says any product that has this Energy Star blue label, which is on the screen right there, is certified to be energy efficient, which means that it uses less energy than the baseline product. So Southern California Edison understands that typically the energy efficient model is usually more expensive than the baseline model. So we have a whole host of programs that will provide financial incentives to help close the gap between that incremental cost. For example, if you were to buy an energy-efficient refrigerator, you can receive up to $75 cash incentive for that purchase. Whole house fans, ducted evap cooler systems, variable speed pool pumps and motors for those who have pools are all eligible for rebates. We have a lot of lighting products that will help you save energy with a payback typically under a year. We have an appliance recycling program. If you have an old but operable refrigerator in your garage or in your house, Southern California Edison will come and pick that up for you free of charge, recycle it in an environmentally friendly manner, and pay you $35. We have a whole host of other rebates and incentives that are available to all of you in the room, and we can talk more about that when this is done, and you can also visit our website, sce.com, for more information.
All right, and as Kyle mentioned, the more energy efficient appliances can sometimes be more expensive. And so at Southern California Gas Company, we also have several products that we've identified, and we work with the manufacturers or the point of sale to offer rebates on those as well. We have a listing here, everything from dishwashers, clothes washers, and dryers, water heaters, gas furnaces, attic and wall installation. You can also get rebates for doing tankless water heating. I know my parents just installed a tankless water heater and absolutely love it. And then also the gravity wall furnace. So you can get more information about all of those at www.socalgas.com/foryourhome. It's on the screen as well, or you can just visit socalgas.com and search rebates, and you can find this information as well. And as I mentioned before, these rebates can be, you can get your money back by either going online or doing a mail-in application. Some of these rebates are also available at a point of sale at the select retailers, and that information is available on our website, socalgas.com. And Kyle has some additional information that's specific to SoCal Edison.
Great. So there are a few other programs that may be beneficial to all of us in the room today. The first you may have heard about is called our Summer Discount Plan. This is a program where, if you would like, you can allow Southern California Edison to cycle off the condenser in your air conditioner during times of peak demand to help the utility prevent brownouts and blackouts and maintain reliability on the grid. You can earn up to $200 in bill credits every year, and there are a variety of plans to suit your needs. You can cycle it off for as little as 15 minutes at a time, up to 6 hours, and your incentive will vary depending on the plan. Okay. We also have some cool new features that are enabled by our smart meter devices that were recently installed across our service territory. We have something called a Save Power Day. So when we anticipate that a hot day is coming and the grid is going to be strained, we'll incentivize customers to reduce their energy use between the hours of 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the afternoon, which is typically when demand is the highest. That's when people are using their air conditioners a lot, and the grid reaches capacity pretty quick. You can earn up to 75 cents per kilowatt hour, and the kilowatt hour is quite simply the unit of energy that we use. We also have a very useful tool called the Budget Assistant. Budget Assistant allows you to set a monthly spending target. Let's say I would like to only spend $100 on my Edison bill this month. If halfway through the month I've already spent $75, the utility will send me a note saying, hey, Kyle, you've already spent $75. You're projected to exceed your $100 spending target. That lets me know that I need to better manage how I'm using my energy if I want to hit my target at the end of the month. Okay?
One thing before you go on, you said payback in less than a year. Can you explain that concept before we go further?
Sure. And I believe I was referencing some of our lighting products. The investment in energy efficiency can be considered just that, an investment. And with any investment, you have a certain time frame that you'd like a return. With lighting products, the savings that you will get in the form of reduced energy consumption and reduced bills will be received within that year, meaning that your bill savings over the course of the year will be greater than the amount you spent on that lighting product. Okay. At Southern California Edison and in partnership with SoCalGas, we have a program called Energy Upgrade California, which really looks at the home as a system. Contractors will come out to your house and evaluate how much energy your home is using today. They'll go through a series of steps to improve the efficiency of your house, and they'll measure the saving. They'll measure your usage at the end of that project and provide you financial incentives based on the amount of energy that you have saved. We have 2 packages as part of this program. We have a basic home upgrade package where you can reduce the energy usage of your home by 10% and earn up to $2,500. The types of things that you'd be doing is optimizing your attic insulation, optimizing your air sealing around your house, and improving your duct sealing for your HVAC system. If you're really looking to go after it, we have an advanced home upgrade package, which requires energy savings up to 45%. So you're really saving some money here. You can receive up to $4,500 by doing some of the actions in the basic package, but also one of the following, which includes either wall insulation, improving the heating and cooling equipment in your house, improving the floor insulation, installing energy efficient windows, or improving your duct insulation. Okay. Now I'll turn it back over to SoCalGas.
So energy efficiency programs are really intended to help save our customers money, whether that be residential or business customers. It's part of, our commitment to working with our customers to do that. And we also, I know Kyle mentioned that on one of the examples is Energy Upgrade California, where we partner with Edison to make sure that the customer is really getting the most benefit for their investment in their energy upgrades. And we also do that with other electric utilities in our service territory. And we would also encourage you to look at any municipal-owned utilities, water utilities, and see what rebates are available there as well. There are a lot of opportunities out there to save money, and we want to make sure that you're able to take advantage of those. One tool that we offer on our website is our residential rebate buyer's guide for energy savings and conservation. And that is full of tips on small things you can do at home, as well as different appliances that you can purchase to help save money. Again, that's SoCalGas.com. Also here today, we have a great pamphlet. We have Alma here from SoCalGas who can answer a lot of really the specifics about this, but we have our 45 ways to save brochure, and this is just full of different tips about what you can do with your heater, your air conditioner, just by even if you can turn down a heater just a couple degrees, it can make a big difference in your energy savings, as long as, health-wise, you're able to do that. Another tool that we have through our My Account system, which is our online system for you to log on and pay your bill, you can also use our Ways to Save Energy savings tool. And what this is an interactive tool with a lot of great features where you can get recommendations, you can do the neighborhood comparison so you can see how much you're spending versus your neighbors. You can make choices about the plans and how you want to manage your natural gas use. There are also more opportunities for programs and rebates, and you can also learn your carbon footprint, and that's always really important to know what impact you're having on the environment and your impact. So you can get that through My Account. So if you sign up SoCalGas.com/MyAccount, the Ways to Saving tool is part of that online management of your account. Another thing that we offer are our energy efficiency starter kits, and we do have a demonstration of that here today, and you can actually sign up to get one. These are no cost to our customers. We do limit one per household for every 3 years, but you can purchase additional shower heads and that sort of thing. But these kits are you can sign up online, or if you're here today, you can do that. The important thing, though, is to check your eligibility for our energy assistance savings plan, because we wouldn't want you to be disqualified from some of our income qualified programs. So you want to check your eligibility, and Denise, my colleague here, is going to talk a little bit more about those. But we definitely encourage you to take advantage of these energy starter kits. There are a lot of great tools in there, shower heads, and you can control the flow of your water so that you're using less hot water and thereby saving natural gas in the heating process. So this is actually a great lead into our income qualified programs that Denise and Kyle will speak more about.
Hello, Denise Campos with the gas company. I'm going to talk about 2 of our programs that are income qualified. So if our customers are at a certain income bracket, you will qualify for easy discounts. The first one, and again, this is both for the gas company and for Edison. The first one is the California Alternate Rebates for Energy, and that's a 20% off your monthly bill. The second one is the Energy Savings Assistance Program, and that's free weatherization services and appliance repairs for your home. Here's the income brackets that we're looking at if you want to qualify for the monthly 20% off your bill. The ways to qualify, is, as you see here on our graphics, is for a family of 1, if your income is $22,000, $980 or below, you qualify. And in increments depending on the size of your family. So, for instance, for a family of 2, if your income is below $31,020, you qualify for the discount. Family of 8, if your income is below $79,260, you would qualify for our programs. Another way to qualify, in addition to the income bracket, are if the customer is enrolled in any of these. So if you or anybody you know can take advantage of our programs, if you are a recipient of Medi-Cal or Medicaid, Healthy Families Categories A and B, Women, Infants, and Children, WIC, CalWorks, TANF, or Tribal TANF, Head Start Income Eligible, Tribal Only, the Bureau of Indian Affairs General Assistance, BIAGA, CalFresh, which is the food stamps program, the National School Lunch Program, the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or Supplemental Security Income. So again, if you're within the income bracket that I mentioned earlier, or under any of these programs, you would qualify for 20% off your bill every month.
Okay. I got the mic on now. I'm learning. I just want to reiterate that this is a free discount if you qualify, and these are free energy efficiency appliances and measures for your home. I'm going to talk about, on the Edison side, the electric appliances that you could get for free if you qualify. We offer cooling measures, whether it be window air conditioners, evaporative coolers, or central air conditioners, refrigerators. These are all energy efficient models. Pool pumps if you have a pool. Weatherization, building up your building envelope to be more optimized, and lighting measures. Again, these would all be free. Another program that we have is what we call the medical baseline rate. And what this does is provides you with some more breathing room when it comes to maintaining the baseline tier. In California, the electric rates are positioned on a tier level. So the more you use, the more it costs to use the energy. What this program does is gives you more of a baseline in using the cheap energy. You get an additional 16.5 kilowatt hours per day of low-priced baseline energy, which is very useful for those that qualify under certain medical conditions. I have a brochure here with an application form. You can come see me after this. We can go through your eligibility guidelines to see if you qualify, and we can get you signed up. You just require a doctor's signature that says that you qualify for this program. Send it in, and in about a month, you'll have you'll be on your way for some savings. Okay, so again, the discounts that we were talking about cross the gas and utility bill sectors. So we at Edison also offer the California alternate rates for energy, the 20% discount. We also offer a 30% discount for what we call the Family Electric Rate Assistance Program, and that is a discount to households with 3 or more folks that have monthly bills that exceed their baseline usage by 30%. We also have what we call the Energy Assistance Fund. Okay, and this program provides one-time assistance to customers that are eligible and the customers that are in need to provide up to $100 during the year. This is funded in large part by Edison employees and also by your fellow customers, but it provides a one-time rate relief of up to $100 for those that need it and for those who are eligible.
SoCalGas also has the California Alternate Rates for Energy, or CARE program, and that's the 20% off program off your monthly gas bill if you're eligible for our low-income customers or for nonprofit group living facilities. In addition, customers who qualify are also approved within 90 days of starting new gas service and will receive an additional $15 discount on the service establishment fee. Renters with gas bills do not need permission from their landlords to receive this discount. And customers who receive the discount once the completed application is filled. The next program I'm here to talk about is the Energy Assistance Savings Program. And this is a really neat program that once you qualify for CARE, you're automatically eligible to sign up for this program. And this is for no-cost weatherization for your home. This is the no-cost program is for the weatherization and limited appliance repair or replacement services for low-income renters and homeowners. If you rent where you live, if you're a renter and you would like to receive this discount, you would need written permission from your landlord, but you are certainly eligible for it. And our Energy Assistance Savings Program may include attic insulation, door weather stripping, caulking, low-flow shower heads, furnace clean and tune, duct sealing and testing, faucet aerators, minor home repairs, and the list goes on. So there's a lot of great benefits that you can receive at no cost to help you save energy. And when you save gas, you also save money. For our customers that are referred to the Southern California Gas Contractor Service in the area. So the gas company works with nonprofit contractors throughout our service area that goes from Fresno to the Mexican border, and a contractor will schedule a visit with you. I just want to mention that sometimes people, there have been a few incidents where there are imposters from the gas company, and the way you can assure yourself is that they will have an identification letting you know that they work with us, or you can call our 1-800 number and just confirm that the person is with the gas company. So if you call one of our operators, they'll look up their name and they'll confirm that they are with our company. I think a lot of customers think that it's too good to be true to be receiving all of these free home repairs. So that's how you can make sure that the person that is there is from SoCalGas or one of the nonprofit organizations that we work with. During the home visit, the contractor will determine if the customer and the home are eligible for the program and will assist you with completing all the necessary paperwork. Once eligibility is verified, the contractor schedules the installation of home improvement measures. And after the installation, an inspection contractor may schedule a follow-up visit to make sure all of the improvements were installed correctly. Currently, we have 44 contractors with the gas company that service under our Energy Savings Assistance Program. Our contractor network is diverse and comprised of community-based organizations, state agencies, joint utility contractors, and certified diverse business enterprises that provide a wide range of services to all of our SoCalGas geographically diverse service territory.
At this point, we're going to segue over to the solar programs, and this is certainly been a hot topic lately with lots of contractors calling and saying you're eligible. Do you spend more than $150 a month? Please let us come and sign you up. And they offer various types of financing mechanisms, which can be a little confusing. So Kyle's going to start off and talk about the solar programs and how they work and how what benefits you can get from them.
Great. So to start off, I'm going to take us back in time to 2007, when on January 1st, Governor Schwarzenegger signed a bill into law that said we'd like to have 3,000 megawatts of solar grid-connected electricity by the end of 2016. And we're going to do that by leveraging the utilities in California to incent customers to install solar on their rooftops, on their places of business, and on their government facilities. The program has been very successful. There was a finite budget of a couple $2 billion. We have not yet hit 2016 yet, and we are nearly exhausted in terms of the financial incentives available to residential customers in Southern California Edison territory. Okay, so the program has worked. There is adoption happening in the marketplace. So right now, if you are considering installing solar on your home, you can continue to fill out an application, but you will be placed on a wait list. Right now, there is only a finite amount of dollars left in the bucket. We'd like to empty that bucket to provide you with those incentives, but we need to make sure we don't exceed what we have in the bucket. So how do you participate in this program? Well, the first thing we suggest that you do is make sure that your house is first as energy efficient as possible. This way, you can reduce the size that you will be required to install of your solar system. That will save you money and just make your house more efficient in the future. The second step is to select a solar PV installer. And I've heard that many of you have been getting phone calls from various installers out there. We suggest to our customers that you get quotes from 3 different licensed contractors to compare and make sure that you are getting the right deal for you. The next step is the contractor will submit an application to Southern California Edison to reserve funding for your incentives and to start the interconnection agreements with the utility. Then the contractor is going to install your solar system. Once that's installed, you'll obtain the permission to operate on Southern California Edison's grid. Because your system is connected to the grid through your meter, we need to make sure that it's installed safely. Then the contractor will submit an incentive form, which hopefully can get you some dollars out of that bucket if there are still some there. And finally, Edison will issue that rebate to help you with the cost of that installation. And now I'm going to turn it over to SoCal Gas, who's going to talk about some of their solar thermal water heating programs.
All right, so you don't necessarily think about the gas company and solar together, but we are definitely involved in some solar water heating projects. And what this offers is cash rebates for SoCal Gas customers who purchase and install these qualifying systems. They do need to be installed by a licensed contractor, and you can get that information from our website, who those contractors are and who you can work with. We have also been going across our service territory providing workshops for both residential and business customers that offer all of the background and all of the very specific information about how to go about installing a solar water heater in your home. So those are also posted on the website. I'm not sure if I don't think we have any scheduled at this moment coming up, but we should have a couple more before the end of the year. I'm not entirely sure about the location either, but they are coming. You can check the website and that information will be updated there. So what this offers is the opportunity to save energy and save gas by heating your water through the warmth of the sun instead of the use of gas. So it's going to lower the amount of money that you're spending on heating your water, and you're also going to reduce your, like we were talking before, your carbon footprint and those emissions. So the CSI Thermal program, there are applications online. You can go to csithermal.com and fill out that application as well if water heating is something that you are interested in. Some of the rebates that are still available, the maximum rebate for single-family residential customers is $2,719. So there is still money available for solar water heating through the program.
Okay, great. So I want to just confirm. So solar water heating, we still have money, but the solar for electrical, maybe. And so it's a qualified. And so one of the things I'd like to check on, Kyle, is if I'm interested in putting solar on my house, but I can really only afford to do so if I'm actually going to get the rebate, am I able to work with a contractor, put a reservation in, and then hold off actually installing it until I get notification that there's money available? Or do I just kind of go ahead and hope it comes available?
We're still seeking clarification from the Commission on how we're going to implement the remainder of those funds. What I would say is the incentive level nowadays is a lot less than the incentives you would have received when the program started. In order to incubate this new solar market, they had to provide financial incentives early on that were substantially higher early, and that's because the cost of solar PV was so much higher back then. As the costs have decreased substantially over the last 5 years, the amount of incentives offered by the state have dropped commensurate. So right now, the amount of incentives offered to a customer is fairly small in comparison to the overall cost. However, it is still a factor in the decision.
Thank you. And last slide or two I'm going to go ahead and take here. And you can see up on the screen there, that is a snapshot of the city website in the environmental programs area. So we went through a lot of slides today. On the slides, there were a number of links or very fine print that you may or may not have been able to read as we were going through. We're going to post a copy of this PDF so you can get access to all of the content and the links on there. And so if you go to toaks.org/go-green, you'll come to this website right here, and we've got a little flyout menu there. So if you see on the left, there'll be a residential tab. And if you hit on the residential, there's an energy page there that's kind of circled with the red oval. That is where you'll find this PDF, as well as links to both of the utilities and all of their content. There's rebates and other information on there as well. So if you're interested in tracking down something that somebody mentioned earlier, please go to this site here, and it links you right over to the utilities and their great programs. I also would encourage you to sign up. There's a sign up for notifications, so you get notified of events like this, or Free Shred Day, or Landfill Days, and those fun things that the city puts on. So you sign up there. And finally, we've got materials and brochures next door. Southern California Gas and Southern California Edison brought a bunch of brochures and materials to help you research these programs a little more, and we have those available, and we'll take the leftovers and we'll put them downstairs at the bottom floor. Public Works kind of has a area right out there in the middle bottom floor at the staircase, environmental programs, and we'll have the utility brochures there as well. And wanted to thank everyone for coming today, Southern California Gas, Southern California Edison, and certainly appreciate the Commission's time in letting us speak here today. Thank you.
Well, that's been wonderful. As a reminder, questions cannot be taken at this time when we're on live television. However, I do ask you to stay around, and you're more than welcome to ask the panelists questions on your personal situation or just some general observation. However, I would like to ask our commissioners up here if they have some questions to ask the panelists. Please open the door. Thank you, Nick.
Yes, for Southern California Edison related to solar power, I installed solar panels on my home years ago, and at that time we were advised to only install them up to 90% of our expected usage because Southern California Edison would not pay us for any excess that we generated. And I understand that that's changed in the last couple of years through legislation that now if we produce more than we use, that we can actually get a refund for the excess. And a corollary to that is that green energy and so forth has a higher dollar value to Southern California Edison, by my understanding, than does energy produced by coal-powered plants and so on. And we were told that we couldn't get the higher dollar value because they couldn't really identify, because we needed the smart meters in order to do that, to identify. The issue was that there was a different cost per time of day, and so that was the issue, and they couldn't determine the time of day without the smart meters. But now the smart meters are installed. Are there going to be changes and so forth in the way solar panel customers are treated?
Sure. Great question. So right now we do have what we call net energy metering, which allows you to be compensated through bill credits on a monthly basis for the excess power that you don't use. Okay, so that'll reduce the amount of your bill through bill credits. At the end of the year, if you have a surplus of bill credits, you will be paid out the retail rate of power. Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's automatic. Surprising. Okay, Nancy?
I forget still after all these years. There are so many seniors that we run into, either knowing them personally or whatever, that barely struggle to keep all those things paid for themselves. Some of them would not have access to a computer to go online and do it, and maybe not exactly aware of how much income they would have for the different programs. Is there a number that they can call that there would be a counselor who could really kind of walk them through the program?
That's a great question. Our customers for the gas company who want to ask questions or find out if they qualify for any of our discount programs can call 1-800-427-2200. Once again, 1-800-427-2200. And that's also a leeway for me to mention that we also have a discount for our customers under medical baseline. So that does not mean that you need to be within a certain income bracket. But if your doctor can confirm that you need to use extra gas to heat your home for your medical condition, that will provide you a discount every month regardless of your income level. Yes, that's our main number for any questions for the gas company.
Now, would that also work for Edison? Is there a qualifying for programs there?
Absolutely. I'm probably one of those. And I can give you some direct numbers right now for those that are watching on the television as well. If you're looking for some of our discount programs, income eligibility discount programs, and the energy savings assistance programs for income qualified individuals, that number is 1-800-447-6620. Again, 1-800-447-6620. And as SoCalGas was saying, we also have that medical baseline program for those with the medical conditions that require a constant flow of electricity. That number is 1-800. It's actually the same number. I'll make it easy on you.
Thank you very much. Those programs are great. There are so many seniors who barely make it month to month, and they're oftentimes very too proud to ask for stuff, So if they just know they could call and somebody help them with it, it would be great. Thank you all very much.
Poignant question, Nance. Good going. Karen?
Thank you. I have a question regarding your energy audit programs for both utilities. I think that is a excellent service, very, very important. I understand that it is a free service if you are income eligible, but if someone watching is not income eligible and would like to have an energy audit done on their homes, what is the cost, please?
If someone wants to get information on making their home more energy efficient, we just encourage them to call us. And based on their income level, there may be other programs, or at least we can refer them to the rebates or audit opportunities. So I don't have the information offhand, but we encourage our customers to call, and somebody who will have all that information can help answer their questions. And again, for the gas company, that's 1-800-427-2200.
And I guess I'll just add for the electric side, if I will. Some of the home audit tools that we have online are actually very good. They can pull in your usage data, analyze that, and pinpoint some of the opportunities that you can pursue to reduce your energy and reduce your bills. That's always a good first start. And beyond that, again, give us a call and we'll work with you.
Thank you.
There is an article in our local paper today that was showing that some of the utility companies are looking at trying to provide or mandate a surcharge because they're concerned about the future of utilizing residential solar power that is going to restrict their ability to plan ahead for consideration. Without crusading, I guess I wonder why that seems to be the concern. You're an oligopoly, and you guys should look a little bit more towards the citizenry, I think, as opposed to the shareholders. I understand the reasoning. No, I don't understand the reasoning why this is happening. So if anybody has any comments, I'd appreciate it.
I think you're referring to the electric side primarily. And I can't speak too intelligibly about that, but I can offer two suggestions. One is they're looking at the actual cost of delivering and procuring the power for those net energy metering customers. And second, they're looking at the cross-subsidization issue, where those who are on the program who are participating may be reaping the benefits, whereas those non-participants are actually subsidizing the participants. And I can't really speak too intelligibly beyond that.
My understanding from your discussion is that if I find a down power line, I should call 911. However, if I detect a gas leak, I should call another number that I can no longer remember. What's the difference?
Actually, if you suspect a natural gas leak, you can either call the gas company or 911. You can call either. If you have the gas company number readily available and you want to call that, that's fine. But you can also call 911 or call us directly.
I like to point out that I think I'm, as far as I know, I was the third person in the city to have put a photovoltaic system on his roof. And I also fell into that trap of not, at that particular point in time, being able to use to account for 100% of my usage for power, which certainly struck me as ridiculous at the time, and still strikes me as being ridiculous at the time. No, I'm not mellowing, that's for sure. But the one thing is that I need to get it on the record that I've got a $33,000 investment in that system on my roof. And I got it 8 years ago, and it still hasn't paid off. And I've run out of the warranties on the inverters, and the BP panels, which were the only ones available at that particular point in time, have proven to be severely deficient. So I raise my eyebrows and say, really? About subsidizing and being subsidized? I'm not being subsidized at all.
can look at him. Kyle, talk to us, please, for just a moment about the smart meters, because so many people saw their electric bills skyrocket when the smart meters were installed. Please, why, and what makes them smart?
Sure, that's a good question. And I can't speak to the individual billing discrepancies, but I can speak to broadly why the state of California wanted Edison to pursue these smart meters, as they're called. Basically, they're digital two-way communicating devices versus the prior analog rotary meters. It allows the utility to talk with the meter. It reduces operational and maintenance costs for the utility by not having to have a guy physically go out to the home every month and read the meter. It also enables some more energy management tools for customers within the home by way of connecting to home area networks and being able to talk to devices. It was something that the California Public Utilities Commission had asked the utilities to pursue. We see operational benefits and also benefits to the utility and to the customer to better manage their energy through the use of these new tools and offerings.
All right, I got another one, and this is probably a jump ball for our Ventura County rep as well as John. Several years ago, I was looking at trying to develop a hybrid system, essentially a solar and a turbine, a wind turbine. And I was met with, if not obstinacy, at least arrogance, that it can't be done in Thousand Oaks. Now, I understand nobody wants a ghastly-looking spinning prop, but there are horizontal turbine devices nowadays. And I guess, has there been any progress? Have you been approached to have any of those kinds of hybrid systems provided? Thank you.
I've not heard of any. I'm in the Public Works Department, and something that would typically probably come across the planning counter. But I'd be happy to explore it with you if you want to touch base and afterwards, and we could talk to the planning department and see what there is. I've not even heard of the type that you're talking about.
What about the Ventura County rep? Do you? I don't think we have a microphone, but has that been broached to your knowledge of zoning or allowing those kinds of systems? To stay around if you have more questions for the folks here, because it's wonderful having you over here and let us know what's going on to help the seniors especially. Okay, the gavel's coming down until November 6th. No, what did I say? November 6th, our next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.